Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, here on FPW War of Champions, in a last man standing match, Jim Rebel and Mike Bailey put both their Cruiserweight championships on the line in a winner-take-all contest. Let's get down to ringside where the silent Lillian Garcia is standing by. The Beach Bad Boy, Jim Rebel, with the WCW World Cruiserweight title around the waist. He puts that title on the line on his quest to get back the FPW Cruiserweight Championship, and that's a big if, but if Jim Rebel loses this match, he goes home empty-handed. Can you imagine going home one day empty-handed, Julia?
I go home most days empty-handed because I wear a backpack.
Well, now you know. Now you know how it feels. I mean, I think that Jim Rebel or Mike Bailey might feel the same way that you do each and every day, Julia Sanders. It's a winner-takes-all kind of scenario right here at War of Champions. Mike Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, Speedball Mike Bailey, is an international superstar who has wrestled all over the world. China, Japan, Mexico, England, France, Canada, the US. He's done it all in the business, and yet he's never set foot in the WWE ring. And I gotta say, good call, Mike Bailey. Good call not being a part of WWE. Your whole entire gimmick would have been completely effed in the B if you went there. So Julia, fasten your seatbelts, because this is gonna be a ride.
Why would I have more than one seatbelt?
Why would you have one seatbelt? What are you talking about?
Why would I have more than one seatbelt?
Do they say seatbelts? Then fasten your seatbelt. Jim Rebel! I need like two people doing the same thing as I'm doing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last man standing match for both Cruiserweight titles. Julia Sanders, it's good to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I am red. I am really, really warm right now. I've spent the entire weekend in the sun. This is my first time sitting down at all. This whole weekend, Julia. Well, the summer has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. And it's gonna get busier and busier as the days go by. Oh, nice missile drop kick. Oh, beautiful super kick. So Julia, talk to me. Like, tell us what have you been doing the last couple of days?
Well, today was a pretty crazy day because my boyfriend and I went to my family, my uncle's place, which is about an hour away from our place. And we went there for lunch, but they have a pool, so we ended up staying there for a few hours, and then we had to go to his brother's place all the way back in Quebec, and we kind of got there a bit later than we wanted to, and we only got to see his parents for like 2 seconds, because by the time we got there, they were, his mom was already tired and stuff, so it's there's not enough hours in a day.
There is not enough hours in a day, and I agree with you, Julia, 125, 1.25%, though. It's upsetting because if we could, we would love to absorb a full 24 hours with having like a lot of things to do in a day and actually have all of these things accomplished.
Yeah.
So did everything work out okay?
Oh yeah, we still got to see them. My work still got to give his card to his dad. I got to give my card to my dad.
Oh, what'd you get him?
iTunes gift card.
Oh, nice.
He likes music a lot and he has an iPhone, so...
That's good. I guess your father is a music lover.
Well, he still is. He's not dead.
Oh. Looks like Mike Bailey's pissed here. He's got the comeback set up there. Look at that. Jim Rebel, smart strategy. Walking around the outside floor to see if the comeback will actually disappear. Very smart tactique. Oh, both men had the same idea. Steps for steps. Looks like Jim Rebel won that duel. I got to see my father as well, and it was good to see him. It was good to see him. I found out that he wasn't balding after all. So that's a good thing, I guess. But I gave him a card myself too. I mean, you gotta give your dad a Father's Day card. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta give them what they want.
Well, yeah, I just feel bad because I wasn't able to give my mom a Mother's Day card because you couldn't even go and buy cards back in May.
No.
Or flowers or anything like that, and I couldn't even go and see her in person.
Did you get at least get a chance to hug her or something?
Nope.
Unbelievable.
I wasn't even able to see her in person because that's stupid COVID.
Okay, COVID is a real bloodsucker, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's been over a year at this point, so it's like it's old news, but it's at least now things are looking much better. Like the cases are way down. I mean, late April.
Thank God for that.
Late April, like I think Ontario had over like 4,000 cases in one day. 4,000
cases in a day.
4,000 new cases, but now it's down to 300 something. Like it's way down.
Oh my God.
So now I'm actually able to go see my parents and my uncle and give them hugs. It's nice. Like it's nice to be able to give hugs again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about you, but I love hugs.
Oh, I love hugs. I mean, forget shaking hands. I'm just gonna give people hugs. I mean, when was the last time I hugged somebody? I mean, for Pete's sake. 2020. I mean, since the pandemic started, I didn't hug anybody at all. And when I wanted to, it was like, no. I'm like, what do you mean, no? All because of the virus, right? The virus has torn people apart, has torn families apart. I mean, even some of my closest friends are like divorced. I mean, our former broadcast partner, Captain Obvious, I want to call him former, his best friend, or one of his best friends, co-workers, what have you, of like 7 years, 6-7 years, is now divorced. And our longtime friend from high school, going back like 20 plus odd years, also divorced after 11 years of marriage, separated.
I think
Over.
COVID probably caused a lot of couples to break up.
Yeah.
Because you're stuck with each other like 24/7. So, you know, you can't hide. You can't just like separate yourself from them and just pretend everything is okay the rest of the time. Like you're with each other 24/7. Like that's hardcore.
It is hardcore.
And
It's total hardcore.
You know, I was kind of worried even for my own relationship because we were starting to get on each other's nerves and we were arguing a lot. Like, you know, we weren't calling each other names or being violent or anything like that, but just arguing about stupid shit, like real stupid shit. And I think it's because of COVID. It's because we didn't have an outlet, like especially in the winter. It's like, you know, you can't just go out like without putting anything on and go out for a walk to get some air. You can go and see your friends or you know, you're always together, always, except for when, because I have to go physically into work like 2 or 3 times a week, depending on the week.
Yeah.
That's the only time I would get to myself. That and like the ride bus home. But the rest of the time, I was always with my boyfriend. And you know, I love him to bits, but I think anyone, it can happen. You get on each other's nerves because you're always together.
And it's not like you can just like go to like a cafe or something like that and like or go to a bar and like have a drink or anything like that because there were no bars open. There were not much coffee shops open for that matter unless you have a car.
You can see your friends, you can see your family.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't just be like, hey, you know, like, honey, tonight, like, I'm gonna be going to my friends or going to see my parents or whatever. Like, you have the house to yourself. You know, watch a movie, paint your nails, get a bubble bath, whatever. Like, you couldn't do that because you had to stay home all the time. And it was difficult.
I believe it. Well, now that there is no more curfew, and now that we are able to actually go out to public places, things are finally taking shape now. So we can all look back and we can always, you know, reminiscence about all the follies that some people have had, but I think this is now time for a new chapter in everybody's life. And I say it's for the best. It's always about looking forward or moving forward. Oh!
Exactly.
So, that's what I have to say about that, Julia. It's what it is. It's what it is.
I mean, we're gonna remember anyone who was like old enough to remember shit in, you know, this era is gonna remember COVID for like the rest of their life.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're never gonna forget that. Like, you know, just like probably the people who lived during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, they probably will never forget it or have never forgotten it. I mean, I imagine most people who were even young kids in 1918 are probably dead now.
Quite possibly.
Because, I mean, Betty White is going to be 100. In
January.
January, and she was born in 1922. So if to be born, to be like a kid that would remember the Spanish flu. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Rebel wins by KO. The referee counted to 10, and that right there ends the last man standing match. Jim Rebel gets back the FPW World Cruiserweight Championship title. Finally, after also 7 months, because that was back in November when Jim Rebel had to strip himself of the FPW World Cruiserweight title, and after 7 months, Jim finally gets the belt back. He looks happy, he looks content. He gets both belts. Both cruiserweight titles. He's the real high flyer and the real belt collector. Kenny Omega. How about that? If you are watching this, Kenny Omega, if you're watching this, take a long look at this chiseled beast. Julia, I bet you can grate cheese on those abs, eh?
Probably.
It wouldn't taste as great, but it can still get the job done. Ladies and gentlemen, standing by right now with our senior correspondent Rick Rocker is the Diamond Mine. And in that mine is Shane Ginger Dallas Page Gordon, because his match is still to come. Rick, the floor is yours.